What is going on? I'm zmoT. We are here on War Factory Day. I completely screwed up. Holiday Monday means I forgot that today is Thursday, which is kind of a great thing. Just a footnote here on this video. Nick at Night is back playing Boom Beach. That is fantastic. And it looks like he's actually playing. He's got 63 intel on the week, which is a very good sign. I will be doing an attack in his honor later on in this video on Gearhart. But for now, let's have a look, see what Miss Gearhart has in store for us. Today we've got zmo's going to be a bit of a problem. We've got flotsams, we've got hot pots, we've got doom cannons, so many prototypes. Oh my. Now what we're going to do is get rid of these rocket launchers. We could BART them out in one attack, so we're probably going to do that. Not really much use here for Everspark, sadly. I mean, we could go back there and hack those rocket launchers if you don't have max level artillery and barrage. You know what? Let's just do that. We don't get to play with zmo's terribly often, so we might as well give that a shot, just so that you guys can watch me potentially fail, and then we can use our gunboat energy elsewhere. What we're gonna do is drop Everspark way over here, simply because if she goes anywhere near those zmo's, bad things are gonna happen. We can gap our smokes a teeny tiny bit, as long as we're not super gappy, no problems at all. Getting Everspark out of the range of that zmo, clicking the hack button, and then always flare that farthest rocket launcher. That is the trick to using Everspark. Damage buildings you want her to attack, and then flare ones that you is farthest away, so that the ones that you damaged are in range. I hope that makes sense. Next, we're going to click the button, see what she selects, and then flare the other one. That way we can do a double hack right here. We're gonna have 1 GBE left over, not a ton, and it didn't come out. Shock Blaster ruined our day. Everything was looking good until Shock Blaster. So at this point, we're doing pretty darn well. What I'm gonna do here is drop a couple boats of zookas down here, and we're gonna farm a little bit of gunboat energy while we can. Get those cheap artillery and barrages out. We have not thrown a single barrage, so that's gonna be my first goal here. I don't even know where we're going to hit the core from, probably down below, so I'm just going to clear some mines with this one. And then as soon as we get that next artillery, we're going to click retreat early and then just run away. Hoping to clear a couple mines. That's all we had to do for this attack. Now, realistically, this is a great one for bombardiers, a great one for grenadiers as well. We're going to do it with squishy troops though, just because they're already loaded. I know that most of you hopefully have instant training still, simply because of the, what is that called? Because of the free gift in the store. Hopefully you guys grabbed it. Love the free gift. Now, there was a couple free gifts that were good, the free powder, the free instant training, and a couple free gifts that were not so great, like the 60k wood or whatever the heck that was. So, nonetheless, not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, not going to look any horses in the mouth for that matter. Don't really know where that saying comes from. We're going to have to throw another smoke here in a hurry, simply because she walked on a weird path. Just a reminder, troops only walk on 45 and 90 degree angles, so things can get a little bit wonky if they want to get in line. And just to prove that Everspark took a bit of a right turn there, had to throw an extra smoke, did not expect to have to throw that. At this point, we need to clear a lot of stuff. I have not thought this attack through at all. We should realistically be going to the right, but again, Flotsam's not super awesome. This is not going to be one where you're going to have a lot of fun with low level troops. So I think I'm actually going to switch it up and bring some grenadiers in here, just because otherwise we're going to get pummeled. So I'm going to throw all of my gunboat energy on to this here zmo, because zmo's will just, they have so much range. They are such a pain in the butt for troops. And that's what we're going to go with for that attack. Realistically, I'm going to get one more artillery out here by getting that free cheap GBE, and then we're going to retreat. This is not how I was planning on doing this attack. Again, like I said, stick around. We will do this with a max level account after the fact. Going to retreat. Then we're going to bring in some baby grens. I have level 1 grenadiers. I don't have anything higher, so if you just unlocked grenadiers, this is the one that by all means follow along at home. Baby grenadiers are going to be a great way to take out those flotsams, and they're going to outrange a lot of the buildings such as the cannons and stuff. That is specifically why I'm bringing them along. We are going to keep Everspark. I'm also going to keep her Universal Remote loaded. Might want to go with Critter Swarm, but we'll find out very, very soon. There are no grapplers, so that's going to be very, very helpful as well. We're going to throw one smoke over there just to protect against those boom cannons, and then we're going to get moving over to the right-hand side. What these guys are going to do is A, they're going to clear some mines, B, they're going to get rid of those flotsams, and they're not going to do it very quickly. I have to warn you. This is going to be a slow grind simply because we are unboosted and we only have level 1 Grenadiers. So as you can see there, they are not doing a ton of damage, but the beautiful thing about Grenadiers is they miss a ton. And while they're missing, they're doing damage, so you won't get any gunboat energy, you won't clear any buildings for a while. And then all of a sudden, 3, 4, 5 buildings will go down. So very, very useful. Getting them throwing, they always overthrow. So your critters, you'll see that the critters are staying alive there, singing the Bee Gees perhaps, but they will stay alive, they will keep going. And so your critters are going to be somewhat useful. Not super duper useful, but realistically better than any other hero that we could put here, because Brick by this point would be dead. Now my only goal on this attack is to get rid of those flotsam cannons. They explode and kill all of your squishy troops, as you've probably seen on warships this year. I am going to throw a shock out simply because, as you can see there, Everspark likes to walk forward. The other option is you can throw a smoke on your front troops, which will help Everspark stay alive, for example. We're going to do that right now, and that's going to keep Everspark alive, keep our Grenadiers alive for the most part. As you can see there, they do like to bunch up because they are on a corner, but realistically not a big deal because smoke is very, very cheap at this point. We're going to keep going, throwing some gunboat energy onto some key resources, such as that zmoT back in there. zmoT is down. That is fantastic. Let's shock this puppy right in here. Now Everspark going to get that hot pot up, which is great. At this point, we're just in a race against time. This is not going to be very fast attack, but we do have instant training because we got it for free from the shop. So having all of our troops come forward, not a big deal whatsoever. Now, the problem is I let the hot pot go down. Really should have not let that go down. Should have shocked it up, because now we're going to be in a situation where we can't get the hot pot to pop up. The flotsam cannon has blown up. Bad danger. At this point, I'm going to move back into here and try and get a few more cannons, also moving away from that flotsam as it explodes. Again, possibly you want to boost some gunboat energy simply because this is not going to be very quick. But as you can see, we're not losing a ton of troops until we get into those boom cannons. And if Everspark was still, you know what, let's just retreat. Let's save ourselves a little bit of time. We're not doing this very quickly, and you guys don't want to stick around and watch me take this down at slow speeds. I think it's a long weekend in the States today, or this weekend I should say. If so, do let me know. That sounds awesome. Long weekends are my favorite. Just came off one. Now back to the whole Nick at Night thing. When I first saw that he was back playing, I gotta say that is great news. The more people we can have playing Boom Beach, the more content providers playing Boom Beach, the better. Nick at Night was one of the first, if not the first, so having him back is fantastic. I mean, nothing but good news there. And his last video was not a super great one. He just dropped a bunch of troops and it seemed a little bit rushed. But I just went back on his channel and had a look, and he is doing some warships. He does have some intel. Looks like he bought the instant training. So all good news. Boom Beach needs all the content providers, content creators it can get. So please throw a like, a share, a subscribe, comment on Nick's channel, keep him interested in Boom Beach. It's only going to do good stuff for all of us. So yeah, that's great news. And the fact that he's got 63 intel, to me, is fantastic. I mean, I just randomly checked there. His task force is called Use Code Nick or Use Code Night, which had me a little bit concerned. It was just an extra way to get people using his code. Skeptical of me, cynical of me perhaps, but super stoked to see that he is back playing the game. And we're going to do like I said, a video. The next attack I do with my main level account is going to be all about copying Nick's previous videos where he came back and wasn't quite sure how the new troops worked, how the new heroes worked, all that sort of stuff. So in honor of that, we will be doing a very, very fun attack. And there's many ways to play Boom Beach. Some people like to play it for fun. Some people like to play it competitively. Some do both at the same time. So we're going to try and mix things together. Really hoping we can get rid of this flotsam cannon, because if we can't, using our baby level grenadiers, we're going to have a lot of problems on our next attack. Grenadiers just miss so much. I've got to fill so much time here. Hopefully you guys are still sticking around watching these baby grens throw. I many times as a content creator wish that Supercell would throw in a speed up attack. I know you can speed up your replays, but if we could speed our attack up to 4 times, it would be fantastic. And I know for those of you who are saying you can just force close your app, I know I taught many of you guys that trick way back when, clearing map with Scorchers, but just not an option when you're creating content on the intertubes, because it just shows off your phone, your contact information, all of the open apps and private details. And I'm not down with that. I don't have a device just for playing Boom Beach on. I play on my everyday phone. For those of you who have played on tablets, I'm very envious. At some point, I would love to go the iPad Pro route, but just have not gone that route yet. We're doing pretty awesome here. We're getting a nice little hidey spot open here, and we're gonna crush through all of these machine guns. You know what? I'm gonna just click to blank. I'll be back in 1 second. We're gonna force close. I know I said I just thought of an idea, so let's just do that right now so you don't have to watch me get rid of these machine guns. Back in a second. Dumb mode there. Sorry, my apologies. I realized that I do that every time to switch accounts. We might as well do it to get the attack done. As we left, you saw they were throwing at those machine guns. We come back. Machine guns are mostly dead, so that gives us a nice little hidey hole away from that shock blaster. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go up, get the shock blaster, get the boom cannon, and then we're going to artillery these and just clear a nice little hidey hole. It's going to be a bit sloppy, a bit messy, and we're going to do it with zookas just because we can. We've got the free instant training. Let's get going. I think it's free. I very well could have paid for it as well. Let's just check in the shop, I suppose. Free extra builder as well. Did not notice that. Boom, extra builder. One thing to note on your hammer in the bottom left corner, notice it's got 2 hammers there. As you use them, they'll go gray. Double hammer, fantastic. Check the shop. By all means, get in the shop, get those free offers. You will not regret it. Let's finish Gear Hard off. We're already 13 minutes in for one session. Grenadiers just so incredibly slow. My apologies. Thank you for your patience. This is not going to be the fastest attack. But as you saw there, getting rid of the flotsam cannons, so efficient when you're using grenadiers, just gets rid of them incredibly quickly, which gives us the opportunity to get all of our troops into the kill zone without having to worry about our troops walking in and blowing up. Now that we've got all of our Zooka ladies and our Everspark lady into the spot in the corner there, we're going to do a nice little walk over into here. Gonna lose a couple Zookas. What do we lose there? 1, not a big deal. Now what we need to do here is I am going to go like this. We're going to flare that shock blaster. We're going to shock the shock blaster, and hopefully did not get any sniper towers. So sadly, now we're just going to pull out. Backing away slowly, trying to keep things on the up and up. Now we're going to get rid of these machine guns. They should have very low health. I know I didn't scout them, but our grenadiers definitely helped us in that regard. And now just walking towards the core. We've got long shocks. Do check your tribes. Tribal shocks are incredibly useful, but so we should be able to simply just shock those sniper towers. They're not going to be in our range of all of our Zookas, but they will be in the range of some of our Zookas. So keeping them shocked, always a good idea. Keep your troops alive. Save yourself some gold. Again, shocking, clearing. This was a fairly difficult War Factory for low levels simply because flotsam cannons are not easy to deal with. But using level 1 Grenadiers, we managed to get rid of all of them without a heck of a lot of difficulty. And down goes the War Factory. Every week people tell me it's an easy solo with Bombardiers. I get it. Low levels don't have Bombardiers. So we've got, now look at that. See that hot pot glitch? See how all our zookas switched to shooting at the same time? Lost about a second worth of shots there because of that hot pot glitch. Not a big deal though. Lots and lots of time left over. So anyways, now we're going to switch accounts. This was HQ18 XP46 doing it completely and utterly unboosted. As you saw in that first attack, I went and tried to hack those rocket launchers. Probably better off just throwing your gunboat energy towards those rockets because they're low level. I'll be back in 1 minute with a high level account. We are back. As you can see here, I have got all of the troops, every single troop, I suppose, except for medics and what else am I missing? I'm missing one other troop. There are 10 troops in Boom Beach. I'm guessing that I'm missing, I don't even know. Someone on the stream will tell me what the heck I'm missing. We've got 8 boats with 8 different troops. Fairly certain there are 10 troops in Boom Beach, and my brain, yes, I'm just very, very confused at the moment. Yes, there we go. 4, 8, 10 troops. What else I'm missing? I don't know. Medics and something. Someone please tell me what the heck it is because my brain is not working right now. What we're going to do here is we are just going to run in and crush all of the things. You know what? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to get rid of my rifles because I can bring in some shadow rifles. Now I just need to bring in, do I have Grenadiers loaded? I don't think I do. Okay, there we go. We can actually use 9 different troops because Kavan's going to bring back some rifles, and we're just going to come in here and pummel this base. Now I need to get second wind loaded so that he can actually bring back some rifles, and let's go. High levels do not struggle with War Factory for the most part. If you are struggling with War Factory, please hit me up. Would love to give you some tips on how you can progress. One of the first tips I can give you is don't attack like I'm doing right now because it's not going to go terribly well for you. We're going to throw some critters on that left-hand side, get those hot pots to pop, and then we're just going to come grind through all of the things using our scorchers and heavies and rifles, and realistically, I think we can probably take this down. I'm going to guess in 2 attacks, maybe as many as 3. More than that, I will be very surprised. Max level troops do not struggle with War Factory. We've got 5 attacks. We've got all of the different troops. We are going on the left-hand side, trying to get rid of all of these shield gens. Look at that. We actually brought back a Scorcher using our wonderful friend Kavan. So when you get second wind up to a decent level, I think I might have actually even maxed it, you can bring back a Scorcher, which is incredibly useful and would be way more useful if Scorchers weren't so useless and weak. Really do wish that they would boost the Scorcher. Can't wait for the Incinerator to come back. The Incinerator is going to be a troop that has the potential to be fantastic. If it actually will be fantastic, I don't know. No one knows. We haven't seen it. We don't know anything about it, but it has the potential. That's all you can ask for. I really hope that it burns in 3 different directions, but we don't have any clue as to what it's going to do yet. So we have seen it. It looks like an epic, awesome, upgraded Scorcher. Beyond that, don't have any clue what the heck it's going to do. At this point, I am going to retreat because I've already wasted way too much of your... You know what? We're going to do the same thing we did before. I'm going to quickly pause. We will force close and then come back and see how far along our ladies and gentlemen have gotten to. Okay, so Noah's Ark coming in, look at that. Did you see that reload screen? That was magical. That is why I love using Noah's Ark, simply because of this. Like, look how ridiculous that looks. We've got warriors here. We've got absolutely every possible troop here. except for one. We don't have any medics, but I suppose Kavan is a medic on his own. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and hit the core. We are going to do a smokey core hit on this with every single troop, and we're going to have to drop them in order of speed. I think something like this. Zookas, some of these troops are going to be incredibly fast. Need to do some troop Olympics to see if warriors are actually faster than cryoneers at this point. We are going to come in here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to get all of our troops over into this general area, throwing some critters so that that zmoT does not kill all of our troops. And now we're going to flare the core. This is not something I recommend under any circumstances. This is going to be a complete and utter massacre because I did not have enough gunboat energy to shock that hot pot. But as you can see, we are doing pretty darn great. Those bombardiers are crushing the core. Our tanks are taking the heat from that hot pot. All of the things, all of the entertainment. Are you not entertained? So close on that core hit. Not super ideal, but we managed to do all right. Kavan, not super useful. Look at this. Like, that is just insanity. Loading all of the troops. So this should be a fairly easy solo for everyone who is a max level player. Going to the left-hand side, clearly a better option simply because you don't have to worry about all of those flotsams. Flotsams to low-level players are not super duper awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, yet again, throwing some critters in so that we don't have to worry about that zmoT taking away all of our troops. And then at the last second, we're going to flare into there and there and there. Okay, now we're talking. Much better shocking, much better smoking. All of our troops just crushing the core. Every single troop. I think we managed to keep at least one of every troop alive too by the looks of things. So I'll take that as a win. Anyways, War Factory, 22-minute long video. Hopefully that is not too ridiculously long. Anyways, as we started out, welcome back, Nick at Night. He filled a 50-member task force in seconds. That star power, 2.5 million subscribers. Just absolute beast. Teach Boom Beach from back 2015, 2016, maybe even 2014. Anyways, welcome back, Nick. Thanks to all of you for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. Hopefully this helped you get to the point where you can take down War Factory on your low-level account. As you saw there, 3 powder on this account. Look at all of those fragments. My goodness. So many fragments, so many shards. 4,400 ice. This is just me not being able to keep up with my sculptor. Anyways, as always, thanks for coming in. I am zmoT. Peace.